West Texas mule deer hunting. And dog got him a good one. So when nighttime come, it wasn't very cool weather either. And so we rented a hotel for the four of us. Dog got that big deer and put him in the bathtub. And he went and got some bags of ice and put all inside of that breast cavity. And he hauled him around everywhere he went. He'd get some ice and put it in there trying to keep him cool. We got back to Fort Worth. He took it down there and showed it to a black man he knew. Dog said, I don't know if it's still good or not. That man smelled it and said, oh yeah, man, that meat's still good. He took him out and fixed him up and ate him. Okay, most of the time I'd give all mine away. But that was the same trip when I don't know what was wrong. Maybe Daddy said, Daddy said, you go across the street to the grocery store and get you one of them pint cans of, what was it he had me to buy? It's something to blow you out and get rid of the stomachache or something. What that was. But you drank that and just 15 minutes or something, you better run to the bathroom.
X-Lax?
Yeah, it worked like X-Lax. It was in the can.
Juice out of a fruit.
It was, what was she call it? Anyway.
Prune juice?
Yeah, prune juice.
Mm-hmm.
What they said, get you one of them bottle cans of prune juice. That'll help you more than anything. So I did, and I was up and down all night long, and Daddy, he laughed every time I go to the bathroom.
Did it work?
Oh, yes. It's a purgative.
But I mean, did it make you feel better?
I don't remember.
You rather have the stomachache, huh?
I think I drank every bit of it. I didn't know what that prune juice do to you. When he went deer hunting with you, he didn't want to stay very long.
I must get my impatience from him. I'm the same way.
Oh, yeah.
Hunting and fishing.
You'd rather watch a block of ice melt.
Just about. Tell me about that man that had that trolling motor that went bad. Tell me that whole story. I'm going to film it. What was his name?
JJ Thompson. And you could go out to the racetrack on the weekend, take your pups to run them. You'd see a group of men just in a circle, standing there talking. You walk up there, listen here, he'd leave, walk off. One over here, he'd leave, another leave. We'd walk up there. He was telling me about him and his nephew's fishing trip out west of Fort Worth, that big river, Brazos River. And said we bought up all of our groceries and everything before we got there. And said we got us some poly pop, and bologna, crackers and bread, and said we come to stay all night and all day the next day fishing. That Brazos River runs right through Waco. We were west of Fort Worth. No, they were. And said we got in that water, we're ready to run in swift. And said we knew of a great big hole, real deep water in that hole down south of us about a good mile. And said we launched our little boat, got in it and said we didn't even have to crank the motor, it just floating down, and we'd take the paddles to keep it straight. See, we got down at that deep hole, water just as blue and pretty, and said we fished a while. I said, well, I could eat a bologna sandwich, so I could too. So we started pulling on that rope, crank that motor, and that thing say, you know how they sound like
oh, yeah.
boy.
Yeah.
So that thing, when he talks so much, he just foam in the corners of his mouth.
Yeah. He didn't want to take a breath.
Yeah, oh, no, he wouldn't. And so he said we had a rope on the front of the boat, used it to tie up so the boat would be still while we could fish. Said one of us got out and threw that rope over her shoulder and started pulling that boat back to camp through that swift water, like that, and said you'd take one step and slide back two. He had everybody laughing. So said I'd pull it a while, and then my nephew said he'd get out, I'd get in rest, and he'd pull it a while.
They really worked up appetite for that bologna sandwich, yeah.
Oh yeah, they said we finally got it back to camp. Said the Mexican had pulled in there and parked by us. And said he was unloading his boat and had a little bitty motor on it. And said we told him why we were pulling that boat, the motor wasn't cranking. He said, oh, me got the extra motor here. I said, it's a good motor. Said, take it and put it on your boat. You're going back down there and fish. And see, you got a good motor. And I said, well, I guess we'll try it. As they eat and rest a while, they strapped that Mexican motor on his boat. Went back down to that deep hole. They got red leave out that and I wasn't crying.
Seemed like they'd learned to try them out before they took off next time.
Man, you were just about ready to get down on the ground, rolling yeah. Oh, he wouldn't crack a smile. He was just ready telling the story. And so we fished, got ready to go back to camp, couldn't catch nothing. And said, blame it if we didn't have to put that rope over our shoulder and pull it back. Said, you talk about tar, so we'll fret wore out.